Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, filled with towering trees, babbling brooks, and colorful flowers, there lived a tiny snail named Sammy. Sammy wasn't like the other snails in the forest. While his friends were content to munch on leaves and glide slowly through the underbrush, Sammy had big dreams. He wanted to be a superhero. Every night, Sammy would gaze up at the stars and imagine himself soaring through the sky, saving animals in distress and fighting off villains with his superpowers. But there was one problem. Sammy was just a snail. He was small, slow, and didn't have any special abilities. Or so he thought. One sunny morning, Sammy was sliding along a dewy leaf when he overheard a group of animals talking. A family of rabbits was in trouble. Their burrow had been flooded after a heavy rainstorm, and they were stranded on a small island in the middle of a rushing stream. Sammy's heart raced. This was his chance to be a hero. But as he looked at the rushing water and the distant island, doubt crept in. How could a tiny snail like him possibly help? Just then, a wise old owl named Oliver landed on a branch above him. "Sammy," Oliver hooted, "I've seen you dreaming of being a superhero. But being a hero isn't about being the fastest or the strongest. It's about using what you have to help others." Sammy thought about Oliver's words. He might not be fast, but he was determined. He might not be strong, but he was clever. And so, with a deep breath, Sammy set off to help the rabbits. When Sammy reached the stream, he saw the rabbits huddled together on the island, shivering and scared. The water was too deep and fast for them to swim across, and the nearest bridge was far away. The rabbits looked at him skeptically. "You? But you're so small and slow," said one of the baby bunnies. Sammy ignored the doubt and began to think. He noticed a long, sturdy vine hanging from a tree near the stream. An idea sparked in his mind. If he could attach the vine to the island, the rabbits could use it to climb to safety. But there was one problem. The vine was on the other side of the stream. Sammy would have to cross the rushing water to reach it. Sammy took a deep breath and began his journey. He inched his way across a fallen log, clinging tightly as the water splashed below him. The current was strong, and the log was slippery, but Sammy didn't give up. Slowly and steadily, he made his way to the other side. Once there, he used his strong, sticky foot to pull the vine down and tie it securely to a rock. Then, with all his might, he pushed the rock into the stream, letting the current carry it to the island. The rabbits watched in amazement as the vine floated toward them. "Grab onto it," Sammy called. "Pull yourselves across." One by one, the rabbits grabbed the vine and made their way to safety. When the last bunny reached the shore, they all cheered for Sammy. Word of Sammy's bravery spread quickly through the forest. The animals who had once doubted him now saw him in a new light. Sammy had proven that even the smallest creatures could be heroes. From that day on, Sammy became known as the Superhero Snail. He didn't have super speed or super strength, but he had something even more important: a big heart and a never-give-up attitude. Whenever an animal was in trouble, Sammy was there to help. Whether it was rescuing a bird's nest from a falling branch or helping a lost hedgehog find its way home, Sammy showed that true heroism comes from kindness, determination, and believing in yourself. Years later, Sammy's story became a legend in the forest. Parents would tell their children about the tiny snail who dreamed big and saved the day. And every night, as Sammy gazed up at the stars, he knew that he had achieved his dream, not by being the fastest or the strongest, but by being himself. And so, the superhero snail continued to inspire everyone in the forest, reminding them that no matter how small or slow you are, you can always make a big difference.